What's up, Ragin Nation? My name is Alex Yu, and you are watching another episode of Motivation Mondays. Motivation Mondays is a web series where I help you achieve your goals. You guys help me get to where I am right now. I want to do the same for you. The way this works is that you let me know in the comment section below what is your personal goal, and I do what I can to provide you with the motivation to help you get there. And at the end of the video, I recommend a movie that is related to your situation. In this episode, this Ragin Nation member wants to become successful in his school years, specifically senior years. And this is what I have to say. I guess it really depends on how you define success. Success can be defined in so many different ways depending on the person. To some people, it is getting straight A's, just doing really well academically in school. To some other people, it could be more of a social aspect. For example, how many friends they made, how many parties they attended, how many girls' numbers they got, or how popular they get. For some other people, success in their school years means how much they've contributed to the school. For example, being on the student council and how many events they've organized, things like that. So it really depends on how you define success. In my personal opinion, I think success in school is a balance of all those things. It's not just one thing, because don't forget, even though it is your senior school years, that is just really a label for a point in your life. So what I believe is really important is that you maintain a balance between your family life, your social life, and your academic life. And that is how you would have a successful school year. All you gotta do is really maintain that fine balance between schoolwork and personal time. Automatically we think that to be successful in school is just to do well academically. But personally, I don't think you're successful if you're losing sleep, being stressed out, not being able to be part of family dinners, and not being able to see your friends just because you're so wrapped up in studying. And I also can't say that you're being successful if you're constantly dehydrated and totally fatigued just because you've been overstudying. You gotta find that fine balance. When I was in my senior high school years, I personally felt that those were one of the best years of my life, just because there were so many things that were great about it, and a lot of it had to do with socializing. I made so many new friends. I started partying. I found out what I wanted to do in life. Well, of course, I'm not doing what I wanted to do originally, but still, I did put myself in that career path. So a lot of what senior years is about is discovering yourself and interacting with people, because you're still really young in those years, but it's about a time of discovery, and you have to remember not to forget about the people who helped you get to where you are right now. It might not feel like it, but your friends and family did have something to do with it. So don't forget that to be successful, you really have to have that fine balance of academics and personal time. If you find that you're studying for like 8 to 10 hours straight and you're totally tired and you're stressed out and the only thing on your mind is academics, take an hour break. Just walk around the house, turn on the TV, get something to eat, have a drink, have a juice or a cup of tea or something. I don't know, just drink something and then just relax. Don't be consumed by your schoolwork, okay? You should do well in school, but not at the cost of losing your own mental stability. So that is really important. A lot of people don't realize that just because we're so bent on overachieving, and yes, a lot of overachievers are successful in life because of that, but a lot of them have forgotten about their friends and family. But also a lot of them, have that fine balance and have become successful in every aspect. If you can find that balance, then you can become successful. And it can be a challenge. Some people will find it easy just because they're just that good. Some people will find it difficult and challenging just because everybody's lives is different. But like I said before, I think success in your senior school years is really defined by every aspect and not just academics. At the end of the day, this is about discovering yourself and what you want to do in life. It's to prepare you for the real world. And the real world doesn't only consist of studying economics and math and biodegradables. Biology. A huge part of the real world includes dealing with people and human interactions. So don't forget about that aspect. And you can have that by keeping a close relationship with your friends and family and not let schoolwork overtake that. The number one thing is that you know your priorities and you come first. Parents always tell us to study hard, and that is absolutely correct. You should always listen to your parents. But don't forget to listen to yourself. If you are just going nuts because of this, just stop what you're doing, breathe, and just have an hour of personal time. That's all you need to do. Get your mind in check and just remember why you're doing this. Don't just study for the sake of studying. Know why you're doing it. A lot of the reasons why a lot of people don't have any direction in their lives is because they can't understand why they're doing the things they do. And then in the end, they end up doing something which is not something that they really want to do in life. So because of that, it's really important for you to talk to people, interact with people, get to know yourself through other people. And that is through interactions. So that's what I mean by having a good balance of social life and school life. And if you know where that balance is, then you can be successful in your senior school years. And that's all I have to say for your personal goal. I gave you the motivation and tools that you need to make this happen. Now it's up to you to actually make it happen. Now here's the movie that I want to recommend to you. And that is a movie called 21. It's the inspired true story of the student who wants to get into MIT, but he can't just because he doesn't have enough money. So what he does is he joins a team of fellow student gamblers who are really good at counting cards, and they make tons and tons of money in Las Vegas every weekend. Now, of course, I'm not saying this is what you have to do to have a successful senior school life, but what happens in the movie is actually very related to what I'm talking about, and that is to have a balance. What he ended up doing is not having that balance, and he forgot about his friends and family. He just got way too caught up in trying to be successful, and because of that, he lost his two closest friends. Now, if you can find that balance that the main character of the movie couldn't find, then you can keep your friends, do well in school, make your parents proud, and get the girl, and at the end, be successful in your senior years of school. And that's all you gotta do. Watch that movie. I highly recommend it. It's inspired by a true story, and I hope it inspires you. As always, if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe to my YouTube channel, like me on Facebook, The Ragin Nation, and also if you have any questions you want to ask me, you can tweet them to me at Ragin Nation, and I'll answer them on camera on Twitter Tuesdays. My name is Alex Yu, and thanks for watching another episode of Motivation Mondays. I'll see you next time. Peace. What he goes through. For example, it really answers where did all his resources come from. His origins are more complex than that of Tony Stark. Tony Stark just happens to have everything.